welcome to my channel. I'm Moon Sparkle, aka Moon. I'm here to do my 16-month update towards my 3-year vow of celibacy. Before I start, let me state that I decided to take a 3-year vow of celibacy to do some healing work for myself, for little Bridget, and for future Bridget. I had decided to do healing work for emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, neglect, just any form of abuse that I have identified with. I feel like I have experienced all forms of abuse, and I also feel like that I have also been the abuser. And so when I first started this vow of celibacy, it was to petition God, Goddess, universe, source, for healing, and then to also be a vessel to also support other people in their healing journeys. And then the vow of celibacy was for women, children. Then I opened it up to men, and then just recently this year I opened it up to the abuser. So that is my spill towards my 3-year vow of celibacy. Outside of my vow of celibacy, I have been celibate over 2 years. So here we are now in my vow of celibacy. What's new? What's new is I'm still celibate. I guess I'll spill tea first, and then I'll get into like the healing work I'm doing. Exciting thing that happened. I went salsa dancing because the world is opening up now. So I went salsa dancing with my girls from school. We're very charmed. And I met a guy, and he asked me to dance with him. He was like, I just learned how to salsa dance, and he asked me to show me how to dance. And so I was like, this is perfect. You know, I'm not really that great with salsa dancing. It's something that I enjoy. So to dance with someone who's just learning how to do it, it was like a perfect, magical night. And the person seemed perfect because they were giving me tons of affirmation, which is my love language. And it was just an amazing night. It was so magical and perfect. And then at the end of the night, we exchanged numbers, and he was like, I'm going in for a kiss. And so we kissed. And for a period of time, I didn't think he was real until a couple of days later, he texted me and asked me to go on a date. And the date was amazing. What I love about dating people or getting to know people, not having sex, you truly get to take in the person. So you're not distracted by anything sexual. And so after that date, even though the date was perfect, we were not compatible. I realized like this is not somebody I want to keep having conversation with. And what I'm learning on this process is I'm learning what I do and don't want, and I'm learning how to speak it for myself. I'm learning it's okay to say no, and so I'm excited about that part. So that happened. Yeah, whole date. What's happening with my healing work? First, I guess the way that I want to describe my healing work is it's happening through school. So I have 2 more months left in school. It was a 5-month school, and we're practicing the healing arts. So I already had a spiritual life in place and rising work and all that stuff going on. And school has definitely given me substance to my rising work. So now I understand like why I do what I do. And it's not like, well, I'm thinking I'm doing it because of this, because my soul called me to it. And yes, my soul called me to it, but now I have a foundation to stand on in all my spiritual work. So my rising work looks like rising at 3 o'clock or 3 a.m. on my own. My inner child loves my rising work because sometimes she's waking up at like 2 o'clock, 2:30, and I'm like, no, ma'am, 3 o'clock, 3:30, that's when we get up. So we get up, and I practice Kundalini. And so there's a certain song that I play. I take a cold shower. I sit, I think it's in the Buddhist culture, my 5 fears. And the 5 fears are, I cannot escape death. So death, one day I will die. I cannot escape old age. One day I'll get old. I cannot escape ill health. One day my health will fail me. I cannot, everyone's going to change. And so I have to accept that everyone's going to change, and I can't hold on to them. And I came here with nothing, and I'll leave here with nothing. And the other one is my actions are my foundation. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. And so that's not exactly how it's worded, but those are the 5 fears I sit with. And then I take a cold shower, and then I take the coconut oil and rub it on my body, and I have mantras for all my chakras. And then there's a scripture I'm sitting with, which is the scripture, love is kind, love is patient, love always perseveres. So I sit with that, and then I do my Kriya, which I love. And after my Kriya, I have relaxation for like 15 minutes. And then after my 15-minute relaxation, then I do meditation. After meditation, I do prayer. So I do intercessory prayer work. And then after prayer, I begin to journal. So I'm birthing something. I'm pregnant with something right now. So I begin to journal. And then I love myself journal that I do every day. And I have my appreciation journal that I do every day. And then after that, I'm into Tao. That's T-A-O, Tao meditation. I read that. And then I have one of those like metal drums. And so I play that. And then I get up and I feed my inner child, and we watch a cartoon or whatever show she wants to watch. And then we go to sleep, and I rise again, and I pull a tarot card a day and an oracle card a day. And I go on with my day. And a lot of these practices, like I said, some of them were my own. And I forgot, I sit with my plant ally. So before I start journaling and stuff, I have a plant ally that I sit with, and I commune with, and I'm in a relationship with. The plant that I'm currently sitting with right now is dandelion. I've sat with oat straw. I've sat with red clover. So I have a plant ally that I sit with and I say a prayer with too. So my rising work, it starts at 3 o'clock and it can end at 6, and then I go to sleep. And all of that is a reflection of what I have learned in school. It gets me grounded. It allows me to be the best me that I can be. So I'm doing a lot of healing work. School has been amazing. I'm allowed to shine. I've broken free from a lot of thought processes. I accept Christianity, but I also know that I practice everything. I'm pretty open, right? So my life is changing. I would share more about school. What I can say about school is I've never known love like this before. I'm genuinely falling in love with my peers that I go to school with. They are my family. A lot of toxic friendships I had in the past, they won't exist now, because I know I'm now learning what real friendships look like, and I'm learning how to speak up for myself. Interesting thing, I think whatever I thought love was before, that's not what love is changing for me. I guess that's what I'll say. Love is changing. And that's what this school is about. It's about change. And so pretty much a lot of stuff I believed in the past, I don't believe now. I've broken free from a lot of old thought processes. I've broken myself free from what people have placed on me. My intention is to live free and to have freedom, and that's what I'm doing right now. What else do I want to add is happening? It was so interesting. I hung out with one of my loves, and he asked me, since I'm celibate, what about serotonin? And I was like, what is that for? And he was like, it's a happy chemical that releases in your brain. What do you do about that, because you're not having sex? Honestly, I didn't really know. I heard of it, but I didn't really know the importance of serotonin. And so I feel more happy being celibate than I've ever felt. My thought process on this celibacy thing is I am in a 3-year vow of celibacy. So I won't be doing updates after my 3-year vow of celibacy, but my intention is to be celibate until I get married one day again. And let's say that never comes. I'm so content, because I have had the joy and the pleasure of being married twice to 2 amazing people. I have 3 amazing children. I have a daughter-in-law. I have a future daughter-in-law. I have 2 yaya boys. I don't work for anyone but myself. I am building a brand. I'm building a foundation, and it's not easy, but that's what I'm doing for myself. And so my life is so full that I would be fine. I honestly feel like I would be fine. That's what I'm saying today. I would be fine. I'm living my dreams in so many ways. it just blows my mind how blessed I am. Do I want to add anything else? I really don't. School is amazing. I'm learning a lot of stuff. I'm falling in love with humanity from a whole different space. I'm growing with my parents. I have learned that in the past, my partners and my friendships were a reflection of my parents. Having a mother who was narcissist and a dad who was victim, I am now working with my parents to have understanding. And so now I know why I chose people in the past. Now I won't be choosing people for those reasons moving forward. One thing I also love about school is, as a little girl, I was afraid of white people. My parents moved me to Washington so that I could grow up in a melting pot, but yet my parents were prejudiced. And so they always just taught me wary of white people. And so I was afraid of white people growing up. Because I was molested by an older white man, I was afraid of older white men. And with one of my first major heartbreaks was that my first husband was gay. And now I have the luxury of loving somebody who embodies all of that. Older, very attractive, handsome, gorgeous white man. And he's gay, and I love him, and I love him from a space that I've never loved anyone in, and it's genuine and it's pure. It's not that type of love where it's butterflies in my tummy. It's not that type of love where I need to look a certain way. It's not that type of love when I need to act a certain way. It's where I just get to be me, and I am absolutely, it's such a neutral love, and it's a balanced love. And I'm happy that I'm experiencing that type of love. Also with school, like I said, I had triggers around white people, and now I am genuinely having real relationships with people who don't look like me, and I'm not having to hide my fears about racism or things like that, because we get to talk about it all and get to have those type of friendships and those relationships. And so I'm truly happy about that. I really, really am. I love this school. I love this space. And I love my life, and I love me. Thank you for joining me. If you sat and watched my whole update towards my 3-year vow of celibacy, this is my 16th month. Woo, woo. I'm telling you, it's getting easier every month. As far as personal growth, I'm growing so much in my personal life, as far as like not hiding, not playing small, speaking up for myself, knowing that I have the right, just like everyone else, learning my worthiness. Financially, I'm growing. My life will be changing. I'm so excited about the update that's coming in a couple of months, because I will be soon closing one of the biggest chapters of my life. So I definitely encourage you to stay tuned, because I'm growing. I'm growing. Thank you for joining me on my vow of celibacy update. I love you.